Hey, it's MK and I am back with another Kit Conspiracy layout. This is layout number 3 and I am finally doing a 2-page layout. Oh my stars. So I have these 5 photos of my daughter taking a hike. Actually, it's all of us taking a hike, but she happens to be in front of me. So it's mostly just pictures of my daughter. I also have these journaling spots from one of the cut apart sheets. And then my title here says, "Who says such chivalry is dead?" Which is supposed to say, "Who says chivalry's dead?" But I really wanted the words to stick out, so I added the word such. So such chivalry is basically the title, and then if you read the subtitle, it reads as a whole sentence. So I used these stickers that are called decoupage, and then of course the molding stickers, which just sounds gross, but they're meant to go into a press and not be reused again. And so I just use them as stickers because I like the color of them. I like the texture of them. I really like them. Okay, flipping through my papers now, I'm getting down to the nitty gritty of the last of these papers. I love this. I love these papers, you guys. I really do. So here are the 2 white French vanilla cardstocks that I will be using from Close to My Heart as my base, but you really won't see any of it anyways. I should have just used plain white. I don't know what I was thinking. But I think I was thinking about using little paper, and then I ended up using a lot of paper. So the first thing I'm doing is creating photo mounts for my 5 photos, and then I'm going to cut everything else in 6-inch wide strips, or 6-inch tall, I should say, for my double page layout. It is one of the simplest double page layouts that you can even think of, you guys. Seriously. I have a 4, everything's done by 4s and everything's done by 6s, for doing stretching your paper across a double page layout. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, and then I wanted the chevron one, or I'm sorry, the plaid one. Oh my gosh. Are we even watching the same layout? Probably not. But I wanted this one to have a jagged edge, the chevron one, so that way it just had a little bit of texture on it rather than being so blocky. So I'm going to have 3 photos over on the right and my 2 main photos, which correspond with the title over on the left. So that's how my main layout is going to look. And then my title is going to take up that dead space on the right side page as well. So pretty simple layouts compared to the last 3 layouts that I have created, maybe 4. I'm not sure how many layouts have I made. I don't know with this collection, but I know that I've been trying to be very embellishment heavy because of all of these embellishments that came in this kit, but I think I am getting at it. I think I'm finally dwindling down, maybe. I think I have frogs and geese left, frogs and ducks. Yeah, weird combination to have left, but I think that's all that I have remaining. So I'm going to go ahead and just line up my 3 photos. That way they look like they're matted, but they're not really matted. They're just put down on that one panel. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay down the plaid on top of it. And like I said, I wanted the plaid to be ripped. So I am going to take my distress tool and distress it up a little bit. But the first thing I need to do is make sure that they're going to meet in the middle. So I did have a green scrap hanging around just in case they didn't, because I think that green strap would have been the best bet for the gaps. But because I do end up adding a little bit of green because of the collage paper that is over on the left page. So this is going to be this. I know I turned this journaling spot over on its side. I'm totally ignoring the the lines, I should say. They're not stripes. The journaling lines, I'm going to ignore them. Actually, they're going to help me put my title down. But above and below, I decided to take this zip strip that had the brown on it and bring the brown up into the title just to put a stark outline on the journaling strip, because I felt like it blended in a little bit too well. Even though I liked the way it looked, I think that with the brown, it's actually going to look better. So I've got that going on as well. Now, these are just photos of one of our hikes up into Lamoille Canyon. And my daughter usually likes to stay, well, I put her in front just in case she slips and falls. And then that way I can catch her and she doesn't go too far down the hill. But it's cool because every time that her brothers go across a small stream or a difficult rock or anything, they all turn around and make sure that she's still behind them. They all do it. They all Either they're side by side with her or they are right, making sure that, okay, that was pretty difficult. Let's check Kyrie. It's so cool, you guys. And I actually caught it on tape. Well, on film. Nope. Photo. I caught it on camera of one of the boys helping her across the stream. So I thought it was kind of cool, and it was a perfect title. Perfect everything. All the embellishments, everything went with it. And of course, the embellishments don't really go with what, if you read them, it's kind of like, okay, out in nature, unplugged. Yeah, okay, I get it. It's kids being active outside, which technically I could use the word unplugged for any of those. They could be out riding their bike and they're unplugged, maybe if they're not listening to music. But I just thought it was perfect for this. So I also scuffed up the edge of this one on this, the plaid on this left side as well. But I used my finger to smush it back down where my photos were going to go, so I didn't have that bump in the center of my photos. Something that I don't like to see because then my lights will reflect off of it a lot. I definitely didn't want to do that. Now, I did bring out these trees because we are going through a lot of trees. Not at this particular moment in the path, but we do go through a lot of trees. And so I wanted to put that in, but I wasn't sure if they matched the collage paper down at the bottom. And then by the time that I was done actually like setting up all of my embellishments, it didn't matter to me if they matched or not. I was trying to tell my story, and the collage paper was just filling that void of blank space. That's all it was purpose for. So I went ahead and I cut around some of my journaling blocks. If you saw them in the beginning, the two over on the left had the plaid on it as well as green around it, and I cut those out just so I could have a journaling block. And then of course, the one with faux washi tape on it was on a wood grain that had more ducks in the background. Yes, it did. So I went ahead and I cut it out as well. So that way it was just a solid piece and it looks like I put washi tape on it. And then I'm going to incorporate that washi tape in with both of my embellishment clusters on either side of that. So the photo cluster is going to be one giant cluster. And then of course I'm going to have my title, and then I'm going to have a small little cluster up at the top, and then one down in a dead space. Well, what I thought was dead space on the photo. So I'm going to go ahead and take the one photo out for now while I work on the left page. The left page gets a lot of attention because the right page is more of a companion title page. So it doesn't really get a whole lot of embellishing or anything like that. But this one definitely does because it's more of a telling the story page where my son actually is turning around and offering his hand to his little sister. So I'm going to put a little embellishment cluster up here at the top, and I am working from it upside down just so that way I could make sure that I got that tag off the edge enough to where you didn't see those little curve portions of it. So I just wanted to make sure, but I wanted to leave enough to where you could still see the white portion. I didn't want it, like put it halfway up or not. And then I'm just using up all these arrows. I had so many of these arrows, you guys. I didn't really know what to do with them. So I thought that I would put all of the blue toned arrows, they're aqua greeny tone, down on this layout. So it's going to get an abundance of arrows. And I love this little pop of green, especially when I've got that green down below and in these trees. So I absolutely love the pop of green. And I went ahead and I put the lime green on top of the darker green just so that way it stood out a little bit more because I felt like it was more prominent. Like that color is more prominent on the collage paper than the darker green was. Now the darker green and the lime green are just scraps from a previous project. It was same paper line, but previous project within this week. And I keep all of my little scraps, my branding strips, things like that in my large leaf tray that I have brought in a couple times throughout this week. But it keeps most of my larger clusters. Also, when I cut up a cut-apart sheet, I put them also in my large leaf tray. And it just happens to be leaves this week. Before it was they were other trays. Before I tried to match them to go with the style of kit that I am playing with. But yeah, I like to keep the cut aparts and stuff there because now they've become embellishments. I can cut them up, I can use them as is, so on and so forth. So that's just how I keep them, and plus they're too small in my brain to keep with the 12 by 12s. So anyways, going to go ahead and move on to the right page and make this cute little cluster. Again, it just says something about being unplugged. Let's get unplugged or something like that. And then I have another word that says, I think outdoors is what that word says. And then I have another word that says unplugged as well. So I think I use it twice, maybe 3 times. I can't remember. I think I use it 3 times. And then I'm going to put my title down, but I don't make you watch because those little tiny stickers or little tiny alphas are just uphill. I spend so much time putting them down, but I really do enjoy having them on my layouts. I really do. But I've got this blank space going around my title, so I'm going to end up filling that in little bit by little bit. So I've got the butterfly and then another scrap of green that I actually took off of one of the journaling spots that I cut around. I just like that lime green, and that's all that I had left of it. So I wanted to use it and bring it over from the other page onto this page. There's the other unplugged, and I'm going to add a green butterfly up in that little cluster. Just basically using up the stuff. I know I said I didn't have a whole lot left, but I do have a lot, and I just really wanted to use it up. I'm also scuffing up the edges of my arrows just to give them a little bit more to look at other than just plain circular arrows. And oh, golly, I had an abundance of these guys. I had stickers, I had foam stickers, I had chipboard arrows, I had cardstock arrows. I think the only thing I did not have in arrows was the sticker book. I didn't have those in arrows. And surprise, surprise, I will not be inking on this layout. No splattering on this layout. So it's just going to be this double pager. Yeah. And here I go, adding more arrows all over the place. I do struggle with this one down at the bottom because I actually really liked the way that it looked. But I felt like it needed a little bit more because I had an arrow in almost every single one of my clusters. Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize about that, you guys. It's one of those things where your mouth just needs to stretch, and they call it a yawn. Yeah, weird. So I went ahead and I picked up these faux brads and decided to plop a couple of those on because I like the difference between the arrows had 2 different sizes, and then I bring in the brads, which made it a little bit less of a size. So I've now got 3 different size circles on my layout. And then, of course, like I said, now I'm going on the sticker sheets and pulling off those arrows. I found another sticker that says a nature something. What does it say? It says a nature story. That's what it says. Oh, and this is a nature story. Hey, look at there. And then, of course, I found more little arrows, just trying to find homes for them. And I'm not sure if I've pulled out the foam arrows yet, but I move all my embellishments from my right to my left. And then when I work on the other layout, I go from my left to my right. And it's just so weird how they just keep shifting all these larger sheets that don't quite fit into my leaf trays. So, but once I am done adding my arrows, then the layout will be complete. I'm finally happy with the way that it looks. This is the time that I tell you guys to go check out Janet Fritz's channel, who is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. She has been playing along with me for Kit Conspiracy, and I am having a blast doing this, you guys. I'm trying to think of ways that I can continue to do this because I love using up these kits. I actually bought this kit. Now I'm actually using this kit. And now I feel like if I was done with this kit, I would be okay with that because I just have a little bit left. And usually when you create layouts and by the time you get to the very last one, you've already used up all of your favorite little pieces, right? So by the time that you're done with all those layouts, then you do end up, being okay with being done with a kit. So anyways, yes, be sure to check out Janet Fritz's channel to see what she is doing with her kits today. I am super shocked at how every now and then we use the same paper on the same day, or every now and then we use the same subject in our photos on the same day. It's just so fun, you guys. I am so enjoying this collab with Janet. It's just so fun. All right, that is all that I have for you guys today, except for all the still shots that I took. I took tons and tons and tons of still shots, just so that you could get the texture, so you could get the layers, so you could see it all. It's not very bulky. The most bulk that I added was just some foam dots from the dollar store that I got. I have quite a bit of these, and so I'm using all of these up before I move back onto my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, which is normally what I use, because it's a little bit thinner than these foam dots from the dollar store, but they are the same thickness as the foam stickers that are in the Simple Stories line. So just in case you guys are curious to know, the thickness dimension and whatnot. All right. Thank you again for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. And I will check y'all later. Bye.